Zero Cool here, back again with another video, and I'm here with two of the other Masters of Crucibles. Here we got stickiest of the sticky, Purple Sticky, and we got, oh God, I don't even know, like just the High Master or something, maybe the Beyonder, maybe the one above all, Jgusti. I mean, counters just fly right out of your head once you see five names, and you're like, boom, here you go. But it is. All right, we're gonna go over some quick muck-ups for Muck Up Friday. Some of them are pretty interesting and rough. Some of them are just like, why? Why would you do this? And we can go ahead and check those out and see how it goes.
All right, yeah. So this was a kind of a wave one rebirth hybrid. So from left to right, it was Captain America, Hulk, Peggy Carter, Kestrel, and Thor. Right. So big punch up, full 7 red star team. All these guys G7, G17. In my mind, though, I was thinking to myself, as long as we can get rid of the 3-pack on the side, right? Thor, Kestrel, and Peggy Carter. Off the bat, we should be good. You know, Hulk and Captain America will be annoying, but we'll be able to get through it just fine. And that is absolutely not what happened here. So I go through the 3-pack with the Kestrel specials, start popping off with ultimates and everything, trying to get rid of that 3-pack. Got Thor and Kestrel out almost immediately, but just lacked the damage to have the finishing blow on Peggy. And next thing you know, they heal up. I get stuck in this trio of taunting and immunity with Peggy, Hulk, and Captain America, and just that was it. I mean, like if I let it play out and we just lost, but we would have timed out anyway. There was just at that point, once that started going and they got in that rhythm with the abilities, there was just no chance of getting through it. So yeah, it was pretty frustrating. Hindsight, of course, always 2020, right? I did have, like Doom available. I had a Mega Red. Probably should have amped this team up going into this big punch up with the likes of Doom and a Mega Red. Didn't do that and paid the price. So I had to 2-tab it. So yeah, lesson learned going up against the Rebirth, the Hulk and everything. If you don't have the power to get through the key characters off the bat, you're in for a world of hurt. So yeah, this was a painful one.
I think I saw this one. Didn't Thor he got the 5 charges, so he got sent off, right? He popped off.
Thor actually never got to take a turn.
Oh.
Yeah, I got through their Kestrel and Thor pretty much immediately. The problem was Peggy. She was on like Peggy was on the brink, but it was too much of a punch up that I couldn't quite get her down with like the Kestrel ping at the end or whatever. Then she pops off and she's basically healed a full Captain America, Hulk, and we're just in this. It was a mess.
Oh.
Like once they started taking turns, it was game over. Nothing I could do about it. So yeah, super frustrating fight.
And then
I'm convinced that this counter still works. I think it still works, but just not on that level of punch up. I don't think.
Maybe like 110, maybe a 110, 115.
I don't know. But yeah, almost 400k was not fun. Yeah.
Might be the levels of some of your tunes. I think Shang and Kestrel need to be bumped up to the 92 for this to work.
Yeah. Fine. This is kind of embarrassing. I think my Shang and my Kestrel. Well, Kestrel's good. Kestrel's like 90 now. I'm pretty sure my Shang-Chi's like still level 87 or something.
Oh.
So I have no excuse. I need resources. I need more training materials and gold. What do you want from me?
Come on, Scopely, give us some gold. Give us some gold.
Listen, he's on the list, but I got to bring up these Horseman teams first.
Yes, definitely. All right, so your defense for this one, room 2. Wow.
The hell?
Yeah, so this was super bizarre. So I actually talked to the guy. He messaged me in the comments. Super nice guy, by the way. So if he happens to see this, I'm not throwing. These are all for fun. We share our screw ups. We share stuff we see. Players attacking into us. We're like, what's going on here? So this is one of those. But yeah, so he brought in. This was as Moonstone had gotten released. So I assumed like, hey, I thought he was gonna one shot this. Right, I was like, Moonstone's out now. She helps with a lot of the focus issues with this team going into Darkhold. And yeah, so he did bring the full MOE in. However, Moonstone was just unlocked and not geared up at all, or powered up, or probably didn't have any of the T4s, which really kind of enables this team. So I mean, really, it was a 4v5. So he did mention in the comments in YouTube later. He was like, "Yeah, man." He's like, I went for it. I was actually saving all the gold spending for the event that happened later in the day." So he's like, I held off because I wanted to do better in the event or whatever. He's like, so I didn't power her up because I wanted to save the gold. I was like, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, regardless, you know, it didn't work out for him. So went in, committed with that fight. Wasn't able to get it done. Kind of a 4v5 there. Went with the follow up with the Undying Eternals Loki and was able to get through Agatha. Still couldn't close the deal. And then I think we have one more screenshot for this one for the finishing blow. Yeah, the BA against the final four there in Darkhold. Unfortunately, they just do not have what it takes to get that done. Even on a almost 200k punch down, 150k punch down or whatever. Darkhold just too much. So this room actually won me the Crucible. I was pretty convinced that he was going to one shot this, and I had to two shot one of his rooms, and that would have been it. But luckily, Darkhold on defense helped for me. So. You know,
if for any reason, let's just say, boom, they killed MILF instead of Agatha, could one of those teams probably do it?
What's funny is that middle team probably could actually have won on the first hit. Because what he did is he ended up actually leaving Heartless probably on his ult, and his ult wrecked the second team.
Oh. Yeah,
most likely.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been surprised if they spawned into a Doctor Strange Heartless ult that just ate the team. Yeah, I would not be surprised if that's how that went.
That would have been
because I've seen that team one shot Darkhold.
Oh. Okay. Well, it's something to keep in the back of my mind because
of they've slowed down the Darkhold. You can now get ahead of them and just blow them up like with Eternals.
If they're big enough.
If they're big enough.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to G17 either of them anytime soon. So.
Oh, you need that astral energy.
Yeah, that's
can't be using that astral energy on old Icarus.
Nope, that's gonna be it's gonna be all spent up today. So. Hi, Apocalypse. All right, next we got
So yeah, so this is me again. So this is actually the second and the third hit. So luckily I was on voice chat doing a little Crucible commentary with good friend Taco Shooter. Went into this guy had kind of weird defensive teams all the way around, which is interesting, and I'm happy about it because I like to fight weird stuff, right? A little break from the norm on CC attacks is always cool. Yeah, so I went into this initially with Gamma Dorm. So this is a Death Seed. I mean, it's unlimited X-Men with Psylocke and Archangel, right? I went into it with Gamma Dorm and got absolutely pounded. So obviously you can see here, this team is full 7 reds, almost all of them G17. They're also all, with the exception of Psylocke, I believe Blue ISO 5, if memory serves correctly. So we're already doing a massive punch up, and it was just a landslide loss every single time. So we went with the Gamma Dorm, and then we were like, screw it, let's throw in full Gamma. Let's at this point we had already, once we lost the first attack, the guy full cleared me. Once we lost the first attack, I had already lost anyway. So we're in experimentation mode. Went in with full Gamma. It was going pretty well up until it wasn't, and then came back in with Gamma Dorm again and tried it for the third, and it was just every single time just a devastating loss. So I think two things here. One, I think this is a good defensive team with Archangel and Psylocke. I think it's a good comp. It's a good defensive team. That being said, what I can tell you, being at the high end of Crucible, and I think Juicy probably would agree with this without putting words in his mouth, there is a certain point on these punch ups where you just simply hit a wall, and no amount of clever gameplay or theory crafting or trickery is necessarily going to get you through it. Now, could I have, if I would have been able to win this, still won the Crucible and 2-tap this, sure, you could have sacked it with something, came back in, would have had way more success. That wasn't an option for me. I probably could have done that on the second attack, but it was more like, hey, let's see if we can get through it and one-shot this at this point. But yeah, at a certain point on these punch-ups, man, when you're going up against teams like this, and the size and the ISO investment and the gear and the red stars, you hit a wall, man, and that's what I hit here. I came across this team and it was just like, nah, not today. You ain't full clear. You ain't get through this room. So it is what it is. But man, this was a humbling defeat.
I mean, at least we
Did
now
you
know.
have? Did you have Eternals used elsewhere already, or could you have used Eternals?
I could have. I ultimately needed to commit them to a Gamma team. So this guy also had a Jumbo Gamma, about the same power level that we're actually going to see in a future fight here. But yeah, Eternals kind of had to take them into the Gamma with Doom and everything to have a shot at that. But you think pure Eternals team, or you mean for like a double tap for a sack and then a cleanup?
No, for this big of a team, you would do Eternals, Emma, Sam Cap, and Dorm, and you'll lap them.
Think it'd be enough to get ahead? I'll have to try that in the future. Yeah.
Okay.
In case you see something random like this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when he showed it, I was just like, wait, why are they there? Okay. All right. And
But
yeah,
in
that was...
Sticky's defense, I mean, I've seen it too, where like it's streamer brain, like you're on stream, and then he had people in his ear, so he's not slowing down to be like, there might be something easier.
I mean, no, we were
I can
both
tell you
there,
it doesn't help when
and-
taco shooters
yeah.
in your ear being like, you gotta hit it. What are you waiting for? Hit this. Let's go. And I'm like, all right, let's go.
He did. He was. I mean, he wasn't as he wasn't bashing you as much as he normally did. He was trying to help because we were like, that is just a huge team.
Any roasting I got, I just deserve though. I will say that.
It's not like it was a mess up where he was just like, oh, I should have did this or this. Nah, it just, once that, like you said, once you get to that wall, that's pretty much it. You're just
I am interested to. I have seen the Eternals thing before. I haven't tried it myself, but yeah, I'm interested maybe in giving that a go in the future.
Well, then you got this one, the Gamma team.
Yeah. So this was actually the same fights. This was a new Kraken we were fighting. He was actually only 30 mil TCP, but I mean you could tell by the G17s and red star, 7 red on everyone, just the general team power, man. Out of control team size. So we went with the Eternals. This is actually the third attack here. We went with Eternals, Doom, Nick Fury, and Star-Lord. And yeah, basically what ended up happening is in trying to set up multiple times the double tap, with the Icarus ult, my Icarus cannot get it done on the double tap. Not once do we get a double tap on a kill. And we were talking about characters with so little hit points visible in the bar that it's like barely a sliver of red left, and Taco's like, ult now, get the double tap, ult now. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. Slap the ult button, and they're just all still alive. Like, that's the level of investment G17, 7 red, blue ISO 5 that this guy had. Like, every time we set up an Icarus ult, we'd be like, this is the one. Icarus goes, nothing happens, and then we just end up petering out because we didn't have the damage for it. So
that was
yeah, this was just same kind of thing. At this point, I was just full tilt salt mode. And this final attack, I was like, you do it, Taco. You just tell me what you can do it. But yeah, same thing. He's like, yeah, do it. Ultimate now. We got the Brawn. Hit the Brawn. He's going to die. Ultimate, Brawn's still alive with no health left. So this was just a same kind of thing. I just hit a brick wall as far as team power. This was more at this point just pure frustration. F it. I don't care anymore. I'm so sick of fighting this guy. So we're going to use the same team over and over again, and we'll see if this works. But yeah, just kind of the same deal there. But yeah, even without Red Hulk, man.
Yeah,
giant Gamma team. Yeah, I would love to have that seven star on Icarus. That'd be super great. Maybe one day they'll make him farmable for me. That would be super cool.
You know what? This was actually fun to watch because you were so positive on the first one, and then after the first one, it just went floop. It flipped, and you're like,
I was so over it. I was like, I don't care what happens anymore. whatever.
And then,
Whatever
and then
happens, happens. Just
Taco
go
had
back
you
in.
pushing, and it didn't even look like you wanted to push the button either. You're just like, yeah, whatever.
I was
Yeah, and then
over
you
it.
just-
I was like, dude, I'm done with this Crucible. I was like, I'm over this. I don't. Why is this guy? Why am I even fighting this guy? We're so far in different like leagues as far as team power and investment stuff. I was like, I shouldn't even be fighting him. Whatever. It
Still,
is what
you
it
know
is.
what? Hey, you did lose the two little members there. I'm surprised Star-Lord stood alive for quite a while in that. I didn't think he was.
Yeah.
But he did, and then you going back and forth with Braun and Hulk for what? The whole match, right?
Oh, dude, we got stuck on that Braun and that Hulk for like the last 3.5 minutes of the fight. Yeah,
Was
like
that-
3.5 minutes of the fight was just us fighting a Braun and a Hulk that couldn't die. Like, didn't matter what I did to Braun. Couldn't do anything to Braun. We disrupt Hulk. We go back to Braun and just like basically auto it. It's just nothing's happening. So
and that
yeah.
was actually the buzzer beater, right? Because you put it on auto.
Yeah, I put it
Yeah,
on auto.
no.
I was actually, because this one I was so frustrated. I was like, you do it, Taco. Tell me what buttons you want me to hit. And so I'm following what he's telling me to do, and I'm just super frustrated at this point. And yeah, we basically just hit it on auto at the end, and we're just like, we'll see what happens. And to Taco's credit, we won at the 0-second mark, which I was a little bit salty about because he was like, technically I did do it. And I was just like, F you, man. F you. I'm so over this. Get out of here. We're done here.
Oh god.
But yeah, got through it eventually. But yeah.
All right, I got a funny one for you. Here you go. So stage 3, Darkhold. I threw them in there for defense. They take an MOE with Doom and got wrecked.
A movie with Doom, yeah.
Doom does nothing there.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, I
don't
feel
know.
like he's just immediately getting ability blocked by that MLF, and he's just not bringing anything to the table. I would doubt that he even ultimated. I seriously doubt that he even got a chance to ult.
I don't think he probably took it. Well, if he even if well, because he gets a slow. If they target him, gave him the slow. Ultron bots might give him a little speed. Well, just to speed up, maybe. But I don't think he actually went. He probably got
MLF
yeeted.
still goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
She's-
think he ever took a turn.
And then took in Weapon X to clean that crap up. That was, yeah, okay. I was just like, wow, it held. Great. This is I saw the first one and I saw him take MOE and I'm like, why are you taking Doom with your? Don't take Doom with this, Emma. Somebody, just not Doom. You're not gonna get. He's slowed already. So why are you gonna try to push him even further? Not gonna be great. But boom. So
Yeah.
I was happy with
Yeah,
that. That was great.
This is the counter you really need Moonstone for. She brings
Yeah.
a lot to the table for this counter.
In for Taco named her Moon Bitch. So just letting y'all know, named her Moon Bitch. He called
Got
her
it.
on ScreamNet. It was hilarious because I clipped it and he was just I think he was trying to get red stars on her, and then he flipped open a 6. It came up and then it was Moon Dragon. And he was like, "It's the wrong Moon Bitch." He was like, "Wrong Moon Bitch."
That's funny.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh, this one.
now-
Go
Well,
ahead.
hey, just a quick practical on that Darkhold team. If you're gonna leave Darkhold on defense like that, you want to put Kingpin or some pre-taunt tank to slow MOE down.
Mm.
Now
just,
my
what, take out
Kingpin
Scarlet?
is 74K. Will that still work here?
No,
I don't think that'll
Okay,
help.
got it.
no, that would help like FC to beat it. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
Death Seed came in and wrecked my Darkhold because I put a tiny Kingpin on.
I mean, I got him at 200K. I could take out Scarlet Witch, or do I? Yeah, I could take out
That Kingpin.
Yeah, because if they have Moonstone, that's a 20/20 hit
Ooh.
versus like this is
Okay.
mine have been 15-9. So mine still loses because they're punching down, but because
Okay.
they go into the pre-taunt.
I think I'm gonna try
No,
that for next
ability.
week. I think I'll try that. This one, I just think they just didn't know how to play it.
I never I mean, I've never tried this. As far as I know, I imagine it would be fine. But the just not any situation in which you're not bringing Brawn, I'm not interested in. Braun brings so much to the table. 30% max health for the entire team. When the allies get low, he gives them death proof, offense up. turn meter. He obviously clears debuffs. He provides immunity, steals buffs. Like Braun brings so much to the table that like the fact that he isn't here, I don't understand that at all. Like everyone on this team is super important, but the most replaceable one easily is Hulk, right? So like I would be interested to see how this went with Braun. I imagine if you played it smartly, I think you probably would have won that. Or not you, but them, the opponent.
Well, he knocked it out with Undying, Dorm, Omega, and Doom. Well, he didn't knock it out. He got messed up because these Milfen and which is weird for having Heartless still there, but
Heartless I mean, and presumably with the combat cancel on that Gamma Dorm attack, presumably he made no progress because why wouldn't you keep it if you made at least some progress? Yep. So this whole thing's pretty bizarre.
He probably had it where he wasn't gonna one shot or clean it up.
Yeah. But yeah, that's rough. I just not having Braun, man. I actually had someone in my YouTube comments the other day that was like, "Oh, when you go against this team in Unlimited X-Men, whatever, I think you learned the lesson. You need to bring Hulk and leave out Braun." I was like, "Bro, Braun is like a huge part of the team. That team is markedly worse without Braun. Like, you're bringing Braun. He's coming along.
He's either I guess he's the second best member, if not the third.
Probably, yeah.
I think he'd probably be. I think he'd be second.
Second, yeah. I mean, Braun's amazing. He's an amazing character.
Unless he gets blocked.
Well, he's always getting ability blocks.
Yeah, he's getting ability blocked.
AI loves ability blocking Braun, dude.
Okay, I showed you guys this in chat, and it was boggling my mind when I saw it, when I saw him attack. But sure, you went ahead and used Darkhold against Wakandans. Great, good job. You messed up once, you went back in, you probably fixed yourself. Great. The funny part would be, why here? Why wouldn't you?
Oh, that's bizarre.
Why would?
Yeah, he opted. It was like he used Darkhold there to save MOE for something better or more important, and then went into this weird.
I just
weird underworld hybrid.
Yeah.
I was like, let me just throw these. I was like, Taskmaster's getting there, but he's not to the level they are yet. You know what? I need someone fast. Let me just throw in Nico just for the hell of it. Because she's not getting used. I'm not using her at all. Boom. And I'm like, wait, why MOE? I don't get it. And this just boggles my mind. Like, come on, dude.
I mean, this really just kind of looks like someone that went in and started attacking rooms without like stepping back and looking at the big picture and like having a game plan. You know what I mean? That's kind of what this, or it also could be like they're new with MOE and they're a little bit worried about playing him because they haven't played him enough, maybe going into Wakanda, albeit you can kind of just auto that fight for the most part.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hurts to see MOE going into this just some weird hybrid when, best Crucible offense team we have. But
I mean, looking at this team, he might have gotten burnt by MOE. Because before Moonstone, if the speed ups don't get pulled, you kind of lose.
Yeah.
So he might have lost.
Was that a full MOE though? Sorry, I thought it was.
Yeah,
but...
well, it was full MOE, but Moon, she's just really tiny. But
she's small. Yeah.
That Kang's enough to destroy
enough to pull it.
Yeah.
That
Kang would have won that on his own.
Well, that's good. That's all it is for Muckup Friday. It was a interesting time to say the least. There was a lot of Muckups going around. I don't know what to say on some of them. Sticky, you got a little bit defeated there. It was a little bit rough. But in your defense, that was a brand new whatever, Kraken, whale, whatever you want to call them. That was,
I hope I could validate his purchases. He bought Scopely a new Ferrari, I'm sure, and I hope that crushing me in Crucible, he's happy with his purchases. Glad I could validate this for him.
Well, we'll be back in a couple weeks with another Muckup Friday for any other Muckups you got. If you guys got anything out there that you guys want us to see and laugh at, or even just go, why did this guy use this? We'll definitely have Sticky around. We'll definitely bring back the man Jgusti back around as well and see about it. If you're trying to develop counters for Crucible. Run them by some of the bigger the guys who face them, because
DM Juicy all your bad ideas.
Yes. Make sure
Send all of them to Juicy so that he can
all of them.
he can tear them apart.
We're just trying to help. We want you to win. The best way to get back at Scopely is beat their game and beat them correctly. But hey, if you like this video, go ahead and like, share, subscribe. I will put the links in for my buddies Purple Sticky and Juicy in the damn, I forgot what
description.
It's called there you go. Description. I'm losing it right here. I'm hungry. And definitely check them both out on Twitch, because Juicy needs to jump back up on there more. He should have been on here a lot this week. He was on vacation, but whatever. We'll leave that alone. And Purple, he's already on there for Crucible anyway, so check them both out. But till the next one, y'all. Deuces.
Laters.